Hi, I'm Whitney with Koala Cuddles Baby Wearing Education, and today I'm going to be using my Proverbs 31 Hearts Ring Sling to do a newborn carry with the newborn's legs in the sling. So I'm going to go ahead and put my ring sling on like I normally would. I'm going to go ahead and put it over one shoulder, gather it up, put it through the rings, and then go ahead and thread the ring sling itself. So make sure my top rail is straight. Take that top edge, bring it over the first ring and then under or through the second and pull the tail all the way through. That way I know that I'm not getting twisted anywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and finger walk through the tail, making sure that I find my edges and that everything is nice and straight and flat and spread out, so it's going to be really easy to adjust later. So I'm going to get my rings positioned where I want them. And now here's how I'm going to create the pocket for the newborn. So I'm going to take that bottom edge and flip it up onto my chest. So how I pulled it up right there, and I'm going to pull it tight so that it's flat against my chest. And I'm just going to bring any of the extra slack out of the ring, bring all the slack over, make sure that it's tight, there's no extra slack behind my back. And then I'm going to make the top edge, which is now in front of the pouch that I've created, a little bit looser so I have a little bit of room to get baby in there. So now I'm going to go get baby. This beautiful baby is 2 weeks old and about 7 pounds, 10, 11 ounces. So she's super tiny and she's still really curled up. So now I'm going to go ahead and lower babe into the pouch, making sure that her bottom is lower than her knees and that she's not sitting or resting any weight on her feet. So she's going directly down into the pouch on her bottom. I'm bringing any extra slack over towards my rings and adjusting in small motions towards the sling. While I'm adjusting, I'm going to reach under my arm, bring any of that slack that could have been pinned back there behind my back under my arm, nice all the way over to the rings and tighten that out. I want to make sure that she's nice and snug in there so that there's no tipping or leaning later on as I'm moving around. Now I'm just tucking this tail into the ring so that you can kind of see her positioning a little bit more. You can see I'm touching where her knees are right now and her bottom. Her feet are not holding any of her weight. All of her weight is on her bottom. Her feet are in front of her bottom so that they're not being sat on. I can move her over one breast if I want to, or I can have her centered wherever is more comfortable for me and for her. A lot of people like to use the tail and twist it to have a little bit of extra head support. That's perfectly fine, but you want to make sure that the sling itself is snug and supporting babe's head. If you need the tail to hold babe's head up, then you need to tighten out some more slack in your sling because the sling should be able to hold baby nice and supported on its own. And you can see that she's really comfy in there. She fell right back to sleep. She's just going to hang out until I'm ready to take her out of the sling. When I do take her out, I'm just going to lift her little bottom so that I can loosen the ring sling just a smidge and then bring that front pouch piece down her body and just kind of gently glide her out of the sling. If you have any questions, you can find me at Koala Cuddles Baby Wearing Education on Facebook.